Okay, y'all. So this week on Nostalgia Junkies, we are going to be diving into a 90s commercial review where we're just going to be looking at some of the best 90s toy commercials. There
Mhm.
might be some 80s and 2000s. I don't remember. Really just nostalgic toy commercials. But let's get into this. Our first one I know is one of your favorite toy lines to collect, Dragonflyz.
In the future, mighty dragons and warriors that fly join forces against evil.
Dragonflies, fly.
Wow, dragonflies really fly!
Their new dragonflies, Zenith, Peak. Fly 'em, crash 'em against the evil Dreadwing.
Now I rule the skies. Dreadwing, you're a deadwing.
All ready to fight on the ground and in the skies.
Dragonflies, flight is might.
New dragonflies, flying action
Cheesy.
figures with dragon launchers, each sold separately.
It's the
New from
cheesiest toy too.
Dude, it's the fact that the blades are spinning around. It's like, now they're flying. I'm like, I'm pretty sure they'd be getting choked.
Yeah.
Like, could you imagine if you had propellers like on your neck?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, we know why this toy was made.
Yeah.
Because Sky Dancers was a big toy, and
they need
obviously
a boy version.
there needed to be a boy counterpart,
Yeah.
which they're cool. I don't think I ever owned Dragonflies. I think I owned like it was like a spinning top thing that might have come from Burger King.
Yeah,
But-
I own
Yeah,
the same
just-
thing. I never owned Dragonflies either. I think they came out like around 94, 95.
Something like that. Yeah.
So I didn't get them. So see it now though, even though I have some in my collection, I don't have the weapons. I didn't know that they had accessories, which is
Yeah.
pretty cool.
I thought it was just the dragon and
Me too.
them. But I mean, there's missiles and attachments, and
Yeah, I
it's-
didn't know they had that.
I don't know what the purpose of them would be, but I guess it's so when you lose something, then when you're trying to sell it on eBay, it's more expensive.
Correct.
But what do you say we go to the
20
next
years
one?
later, 30 years later. Let's go.
So our next commercial is the Dr. Dreadful Food Lab by
Mhm.
Tyco.
Hi, I'm Dr. Dreadful, and this is the Dr. Dreadful Food Lab.
I wonder who has some of that
Gross
stuff.
things, and then you eat
Oh, I
them.
wonder, Mr. I need that.
Dreadful monster skin.
Mmm.
Care for a tasty tarantula? Fly, cockroach?
You know what?
You can
We're gonna
make
open it up and
swarms.
taste
now
it.
magic powder, stir
Do you
and
do you have the actual oven thing for it?
I have two of them,
Dr.
yeah.
Dreadful
Well, I have
eats gross things
that
again and
that
again.
really
That was cool.
yeah, it was. Skeleton head.
Dude, the little skull,
Yeah.
that I need that. Like I have the groceries maker and the creepy crawler oven.
Yeah.
Which are both I think they're both done by the same company.
Yeah, shout outs to Kojo.
Yeah.
He had sealed
I know.
Dr. Dreadful stuff, which was pretty cool.
Like the advertising of like the gross out like 90s toys.
It's awesome, dude.
Dude, I feel
awesome.
like the 80s was like more like gore and horror gross
Yeah.
out, where the 90s was like farts and boogers and sticky.
I think that's what I miss most. Even now as an adult is the commercials, right? Like
Mhm.
there's no commercials. I mean,
No.
we live in a world of streaming almost everything. No one's really watching like live TV anymore. So the commercials, man, I miss the commercials.
It's sad because it's like the only commercials that we see are like AARP card
Correct.
and Cialis, and it's
Yeah.
like I don't want to see old people medications and things that help
Yeah.
you out when you can't longer do it. Like I want to see stuff like this.
Yeah.
I want to see like like that's why I like the Super Bowl commercials because like that's when we get like the quality. Like I know you hated the Baja Blast commercial. I love the Baja Blast
That
commercial
thing was so
because it was
bad.
goofy.
It was.
And,
It
like-
it kind of took us back, but yeah, I mean, it's been a while since we've had some really good ones, but yeah, I just looking back, man, it hits, man. The commercials were like you weren't bored when the show was like going to commercial break.
Mhm. But it's like also like the toys, like they're such simple toys, but we loved them.
Yeah.
And like I remember like one of my favorite toys growing up was Shrinky Dinks. Dude, I freaking loved Shrinky Dinks.
Shrinky Dinks.
Yes. Do you not play with Shrinky Dinks growing up?
No.
Do you know what I'm talking about at all?
Yes, I know.
Dude, because we had like instead of like the pre-made ones, we had the transparent sheets where you could make your own.
Yeah.
And I had the Pokemon Red like guidebook. So, dude, I would trace out like my favorite Pokemon in the
Yeah.
guidebook and then color them, like a 5-year-old. And it wasn't like an artist coloring them.
Yeah.
But then I would put them in the oven and I would make like Pokemon Shrinky Dinks.
That's pretty cool.
So yeah, that's why like that was one of my favorite things because like I was able to make toys
Mm-hmm.
of what I wanted opposed to having to go to the store to buy it.
Correct.
Like I could literally just take like a Nintendo Power magazine or the Toys R Us catalog and trace what I wanted. And this is how you know I was poor as shit growing up. I could trace what I wanted and make a Shrinky Dinks
Yeah.
toy of it. God damn, I was poor.
It's all right.
Didn't even freaking realize it until I'm talking about it. I'm like, damn, that's why we did this because we couldn't afford the real toys. I had to make my own toys like
Here,
a goddamn
baby.
elf.
Well, I always said, man, worst case scenario, like even I like going checkout aisle,
Mhm.
that 99 cents coloring book, man. You couldn't, you weren't able to grab anything else, but they would at least buy that 99 cents coloring book. That's why I have so many now. I could, I collect like a ton of coloring books. Oh no.
Oh,
This is
yeah.
a good one.
Yeah, you're going to like this one. Vortex.
Mm-hmm.
Balls have evolved over time, but now comes the farthest flying football in history, the Vortex.
I'm John Elway. This is the Vortex. And I'm going to throw the Vortex farther than any football in history.
Just watch that thing fly.
This guy also has a rocket.
The farthest
going on,
flying
too.
football in
90.
history. Koosh Vortex. Now
Oh, the Howler
Vortex
was
The
it.
Howler was it,
with
dude.
Yes.
the howling whistle. It's Koosh.
Oh, dude. As when that commercial came on, I was like, wasn't there one that whistled?
Yeah.
Dude, I think that's what we had growing up.
Yeah, the howler was cool, but man, you could get hurt with that hard plastic whistle. Yeah, the
Even the regular
vortex.
Vortex you get hurt with.
Yeah, I mean, but not as
It was soft foam, but not like Nerf soft foam.
no. There was actually hard plastic inside, a little like hard plastic inside the foam, so you can actually kind of toss it. Dude, that was one of the greatest inventions of our time. I remember playing street football with those things.
I remember getting pelted with that shit.
Yeah.
It was so much fun though.
Yes, it was.
I love. I wonder if we can find the Vortex.
I
At,
think they still
Chicago.
sell them.
Look in Chicago.
I mean, I think they're not called the Vortex. I think Nerf
Mix
makes
them.
makes a version of them.
Kind of like
I
how
think
they rebranded Super Soakers and everything.
yeah, what's that crew that does all like the
Dude, perfect.
Dude Perfect? Yes. They have one.
Love to find one. Do a whole reel of us throwing it like John Elway.
Yeah. Oh. Man, you guys aren't seeing this, but
So the next one up, the Talk Boy.
yes.
So I feel like everyone that listens to this podcast probably knows what the Talk Boy is. But if you don't
Home
know what the
Alone.
Talk Boy is, go watch Home Alone 2. It is like the main plot point. It is, I mean, we still have it. It's right up here.
Mhm.
Like
It is by far
this right here is the Talk Boy. You know? Credit card, you got it.
I think before we even watch the commercial, I think this toy must be one of the most wanted toys that kids didn't get.
And now for collectors, it is like a must-have. You also know what's a must-have?
The
flex
tape.
right here. The Home Alone Talk Boy tape.
Mm-hmm.
That's my flex.
Awesome. Let's
What?
watch the commercial.
Let's watch this Talk Boy commercial.
Now you can be as clever as Kevin with Tiger's new Talk Boy tape recorder.
Stop drooling on me. Stop drooling on me.
It even has speed control.
Hi, kids. We're home early.
Hi, kids, we're home early.
Tiger's new Talk Boy tape recorder comes with audio cassette.
I love how much of gaslighting there is in this toy commercial.
Mm-hmm.
Because, okay, let's be real for a fact. We know that even a lot of things now when it's recording do not sound how they actually sound.
Correct.
There's so much distortion. There's so much ambient noise. And it's like, there's no way this talk boy sounds like that in the commercial.
No.
And that's why I love, like, yeah, you can totally fool people with it. Like, you got it. Like, no, it's not fooling nobody.
Yeah,
But
it was
cool.
It was definitely cool, man. It's like that Spy Gear stuff too. Remember those? Those were cool too.
Dude.
But yeah, Talk Boy, man, like again,
I mean, it did well enough because we got the talk girl, we got the talk pens. Like, there
there's
was so
a
many.
whole different line. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, it did well. And it's like,
I
dude,
mean, it's an iconic toy due to the fact
Of
Home
the movie.
Alone was so big.
Yes,
Home Alone
agreed.
2 was so big.
agreed. It is.
It's
and
the
that-
better Home Alone, anyways.
It is the better Home Alone. I don't want to get doxxed here for saying this. I think it's the better Home Alone. Home Alone is just not one of my favorite franchises. I think out of all of them, it is my favorite one. Like, Home Alone 2 is my favorite. But, like, that's the whole reason why I have this toy.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not even a big fan of that movie, but that's why I have this toy,
Yeah.
because it was so iconic.
Yeah.
And I don't know. Like, I love it. And I mean, did you guys like the Talk Boy? Was that something that you also enjoyed having? Or, like, was this a toy that you always wanted to have?
Yeah.
Or was it just kind of like, oh, that's stupid?
Hmm.
But let's get to our next commercial.
All right. Oh man.
Mousetrap.
Gather round, mice.
What are we doing, boss?
We're going in for the big cheese, but it's every mouse for himself, so don't get caught.
Mousetrap! It's a zany action, a crazy contraption. The fun is catching, it's Mousetrap.
The game's Mousetrap. Build a contraption to trap the other mice, but don't get caught yourself.
Turn the crank, use the boost. Suddenly, we're down the chute. Move the hand, the marble drop, the dive, the flip. We just can't stop.
Dude, how do we watch this commercial and feel like this looks like fun?
The fun is catching. You wanna bite? It's
Like,
Mousetrap.
there's so much going on in that commercial that it's hard to figure out what's actually happening.
So I wasn't a huge board game kind of person. Obviously it was only me and my sister, so
Okay.
there wasn't a ton of board game playing at our house. Toys, Legos, stuff like that, yes. But Mousetrap, I remember one of my cousins had it. And besides the fact that it took us a while to put it together to play, it was actually pretty fun. So the commercial, not too exciting. You're right. It's kind of confusing. There's way too much going on.
The
But
game was good.
the stupid mice were pretty cool. Like, they could have had their own cartoon.
I agree with that. And like you said, the game took forever to set up. Like, me growing up, it was just my mom and myself. And I honestly, like, we had Mousetrap, and it would take 20 minutes to set up.
Yeah, it took
And
forever.
I would just, we wouldn't play the board game. We would just set the trap off.
Yeah,
It was
that
fun to
was
set
that
up
was the
and-
fun
yeah.
part about it.
Hey, it was so annoying to get to the end of the game to then, now we're done.
Yeah.
I just set it up and set off the trap.
Yeah, it was like Domino Rally. You did the same thing. You just set it up so you could see it.
I just feel like, as a commercial, like, when we look at, like, the other commercials,
Oh yeah, no,
This-
it's not.
this, other than, like, the cartoon mice, this wasn't it.
Yeah, the coolest part was the cartoon mice. 100%.
Okay, what do you say we move on to the next one? I just kind of found a random one here, but it is a TMNT, our Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles commercial.
Look at the banger of toys on there right now with
Oh, yeah.
vehicles.
Oh yeah, and that's why I feel like I had to pull this commercial, just because any Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle commercial is a banger.
Mm-hmm.
That's the one thing that they did well across. Well, not the one thing. They did a lot of things well, but, like, marketing for toys, they killed it.
Yeah.
Is this the end for Donatello?
Eat this, turtle breath.
Got a pizza instead?
Coming right up.
It's the Turtles' motorized pizza thrower.
They're having a party.
Oh, the pizza
No,
thrower.
Bebop and Rocksteady in the Flying Foot Cruiser. Looks like they've got an eye on our boys.
That was such a cool vehicle. I never owned it.
Push over.
Michelangelo to the rescue in the party wagon.
We'll show these hairballs how to
The
party.
most iconic.
It is. I think it's one of the most iconic toy vehicles, the Party Wagon.
Yeah. 100%.
And like, so here's the thing. Like, I've said it a dozen times over. Turtles is not on my top list. It's not a thing I enjoy collecting for. It's
Right.
not really a thing I do collect for. But the commercials were
Yeah.
amazing. One of the things we're talking back with the Dr. Dreadful commercials was the sticky, ooey gooey, gross
Yeah.
effect. They opened this commercial up with slime.
Yeah. Well, for you, I obviously is not too iconic because you were born after the
this.
first wave of like greatness for Turtles.
Well, like, so like my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle commercials were the Saban era of Turtles.
Yeah, correct.
Which the show was awful. The toys were great.
Yeah.
The toys were fun. Like, I had the motorcycle Raph,
Yeah.
and dude, that thing was diesel. That thing was, it was hard plastic. Forget these soft heads.
Yeah.
That thing was a rock.
Yeah.
But like, the commercials were always great.
Yeah, the commercials, they never really used cartoons. They always used the figures. But they did a really good job. It made kids run to the store, man.
Well, it's like, I mean, when you think about even like the whole reason why we got the big influx of 80s cartoons was because they couldn't use animation and advertising for the toys.
Correct.
So they had to create a show, which this goes to show that you can have a toy commercial using just toys, and it's fantastic.
Correct.
But what do you say we go to our next commercial? The Power Wheels.
Ooh.
There's nothing like a Jeep, tough and rugged, wide and mean, a hill climbing,
I'd never had the Jeep,
driving
but
machine.
I had the Simba
And here's another
ATV.
Jeep to hit the scene, a tough little member of the Power Wheels team.
And that thing is whipping.
Power Wheels Jeep has a real motor that runs on rechargeable batteries.
I wonder how much it is to speed up this clip to make it look
Power
like it was
Wheels
moving
Jeep and
fast.
Barbie Beach Buggy. Your parents can
Tell you
put them
what, if
together
I would
easily,
love
each
to
sold
find one to
separately.
display.
Yeah, I'm sure we can find one. Dude, I want to grab one for like my kid for when she gets older.
Mm.
Who the hell? I think it's Dude Dad, not Dude Dad. Dad Social on Instagram has like a series of Power Wheels that he's like remodeled. He's like one that's a Barbie Jeep, one that's like Jurassic Park,
Yeah.
one that's just like a green Jeep now. They look great. Like I want to do that for like my kid.
So I was lucky enough where my daughter, Toys R Us was still around. So we used to go to Toys R Us a lot. So she fell in love with a pink Barbie Corvette Power Wheel, which I bought her when we were living in Virginia, and she drove the crap out of that thing. I mean, we had obviously beautiful like roads, so like she was able to whip that thing. And yeah, my son was about 1, so he got to ride it too. I have a bunch of videos of her driving and almost killing him. But yeah, it was yeah, Power Wheels, man. I mean, kids without Toys R Us, it sucks because Walmart still carries them, but most of them now are just displayed in the box. They don't have them out anymore, or if they do, they have them up on the
top shelf.
On the top shelf. But yeah, man, Power Wheels. I never had one as a kid. I always wanted one though.
Dude, I didn't realize that they still sold them until like a couple years ago.
Yeah.
Because not every Walmart and Target carry these.
Correct.
And like for the longest time, our local ones didn't. It wasn't until we were on a road trip and we stopped off at a Target to stretch our legs, and we're walking through like the back, and all of a sudden like there were just boxes
Yeah.
of Power Wheels, and it's like, oh damn, they still
this
make
still
these
exists.
things.
Yeah.
And like we were just kind of enamored. It's like, oh wow. And they're like, but like now they're like Cadillacs,
Yeah.
Lambos, Ferraris.
Yeah.
And it's like it's just a
Now
logo
they even
slapped on
have the
plastic.
ones where the parents can control it like a remote control,
Oh,
which
don't
is
tell me that.
yes, it's pretty cool. Yeah, so you actually have a remote control and you can steer, so you can buckle her up and
We're going off roading.
yeah.
What do you say we go to the next
Let's go
one?
to the next one. Oh man.
Oh yeah, Mighty Morphin Power Rangers.
Come
You,
on,
you know, if
man.
I'm putting a Turtles one, I had to
Yeah.
find a Mighty Morphin.
Come on, man.
It's
Megazord. When evil space aliens threaten Earth, the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, in their Dinozords, morph to become the Megazord. The Megazord is part of the Mighty Morphin Power Rangers Ultimate Battle System.
Hey, I thought you were driving. Me? I thought you were.
Using both the TV show and the toys kind of
Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, too hot to handle.
I feel like they showed more of the show than they did the actual toy.
Yeah. Yeah, they did.
Like, I love the Megazord. I mean, I have one complete in box.
Correct.
But I feel like the reason we all got the Megazord or wanted the Megazord, obviously, is because of the show. And they really didn't show much of how the Megazord actually plays.
Yeah, or how it's combined.
Like even like they showed like the foot attaching, and then they showed the pterodon or the pterodactyl going onto the chest. But that was about it. Like other than that, all the actual morphing was from the show.
Yeah, I think that's like common in all Bandai stuff. They use the content of the shows for a lot of their toys and don't really show the toy. But hey, it worked.
Bait and switch.
It worked, man, because freaking hey, man, Bandai had a bunch of bangers for their time.
Dude, Bandai like killed it between Power Rangers, Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, that 95 to like 2005, Bandai was like at the top
dominating.
Of the yeah. I mean, they were kicking everyone's butt.
Yeah, they did.
Oh man,
you ready for this?
Yeah, man.
Next one up, Gator Golf.
Gator Golf, step right up.
What could be greater than golf with a gator? Gator golf, give it a whack. Gator golf, throw it right back. Gator golf, what could be greater than playing a game of golf with a gator?
It's Gator Golf. Hit the ball in his mouth to score. The
The
gator
mold
will
looks
toss
like
it back
crocodile
out.
dentist.
Gator golf, hit the ball in his mouth. Gator golf, he'll turn all about. Do you take a shot, Dad?
Okay.
You win! Watch a pro! Gator golf, what could be greater than playing a game of golf with a gator?
Gator Golf.
That style commercial, I love so much.
Me too. It takes you back. I actually like that they invested so much in making a fake carnival with an actual guy in a gator suit. At the beginning of it, commercials like that. I mean, the investment in trying to sell a toy was real. Well, a game was real. Man, yes.
Well, I mean, you see who did this, right? Milton Bradley.
Oh, yeah. I mean...
You know who did the Mousetrap commercial?
Who?
I believe it was Milton Bradley.
Really? Oh, yeah. Same thing with the cartoon mouse.
Milton Bradley and Parker Brothers both did a phenomenal job with all their commercials for all their board games. Like the Don't Wake Daddy commercial.
Oh, man, that was great.
I know we've already talked about the Mr. Bucket commercials, great. The Elephant commercials, fantastic. Like those commercials, like again, because they made you want to buy the game because there was nothing else that game was based off of.
No, nothing.
It's not like Power Rangers that had a whole TV show to rely on to sell it. You needed to want to buy this game from this game.
And I think that era of board games will never come back. I think you go to stores now and you don't recognize any game on the shelf.
It's like, I mean, there's fun games like Throw Burrito, but the only reason you buy Throw Burrito is because it sounds like nonsense.
Correct.
Where it's like there's no commercials for Throw Burrito that are on TV.
No.
I'm sure there's one somewhere on YouTube, but this, like, I think they still make these games or most of these games, but they come back every now and then. Because I know, God, what's it like? Ants in My Pants, Thin Ice, like. I think those are by Parker Brothers.
Yeah.
But like they do a whole wall of like the retro style boxes for Christmas. And dude, I love walking down that aisle because that feels like childhood to me.
Yeah, I think even like a store like 5 and Below brings a ton of those back every Christmas too, like a cheaper version for everyone to enjoy. So yeah, I mean, super cool. Excited to see the next one though. Oh.
Right, we got another board game because obviously they're the best commercials.
Perfection.
Want the
to the slots, but you better be quick. Or the section will pop. This piece here and that piece there. Put those pieces everywhere. But be quick or beware.
So funny. That guy looks like a lot of other characters.
Milton Bradley again.
Yeah.
No, he does. He does. You know who he looks like?
What was that you brought him up before? You actually brought him up.
Was it Busy Town?
The dude from Busy Town, but there was another guy that had maybe it wasn't you, but there was another like early like 90s dude that looked like that. That was I think it was Retro Rick in one of his things. He was talking about either a commercial or some type of like I don't remember what it was, but I mean that look with the elongated like chin and stuff like that. I think that was like a very popular
Max Headroom.
Max Headroom. That's who Rick was talking about.
Yep.
Yeah, it looks exactly. They kind of bit up. That was the bootleg version.
Yeah, it's funny because people like they joke about like you ask me why I have anxiety now as a millennial.
Man, look at this dude. Yeah,
look at this game, dude. Like having to get everything in. Like, dude, did you play Perfection growing up?
Yes, I did play it.
This like it wasn't a game that we owned, but like neighborhood kids owned.
Yeah,
this was a fun game.
It was.
Like, you would all do it at like the 30 seconds, then you do it at 25, then
Yeah.
you do it at 20, and you'd see who could get the best score. What do you say we go on to the next commercial?
Let's do it. Oh,
You and I are gonna like this one. So one of the toy lines that both Cruz and I collect, Mighty Max.
Mighty Max.
And
man.
I've been trying to talk Cruz into bringing his Mighty Max to the store so I can buy them.
Yeah.
But let's watch this Mighty Max commercial.
Mighty Max, Mighty Max.
It's Mighty Max.
Welcome to Skull Dungeon.
Wow!
Mighty Max.
That transition
Smasher,
was
get out.
clean,
Your
man.
brain
That was a
matters
good
here.
transition.
Me want brain. No way, slime face. Whoa! Watch out for that first step. It's not over, Mighty Max.
Will Max get fried? His fate is in your hands. Mighty Max, Mighty Max.
You can collect all his adventure sets, each sold separately. Mighty Max figure included from Mattel.
Great commercial.
Beautiful job of showing the toy and the capabilities of the toy.
They showed how it referenced from the cartoon, transitioned into the toy, and how to play with the toy.
Correct.
And making it your own adventure, and that it's always like this is like
Perfection.
primo commercial.
Yes. One.
You know,
It's the best one we've seen so far.
Yeah, it is. It's also like one of the best Mighty Max sets.
Mighty Max and Turtles commercial so far are my two favorite.
Agreed. Yeah, I would put the Gator Golf up there, top 3.
Yes. Top 3. Yes, sir.
Okay, ready for the next one?
Let's do it.
Ready? So we got a Yo Mega Yo-Yo commercial.
Yo Mega Yo-Yo. Extreme. Oh.
Sorry, technical difficulties. Yo Mega Yo-Yo commercial.
Yo, you wanna ride the string?
Yo, yo!
Yo, this thing!
Yo, Mega! Spin it, rock it, ride it!
Want to spin to win?
Spin this!
The Omega Fireball with super long spin power and the yo-yo with a brain that returns automatically.
Yo, yo!
Want to lick the tricks? The Omega Raid is your pick.
Yo, yo!
With its rock and roller bearing, it spins 5 times longer and faster.
Walk it, flick it, trick it! Don't just yo like a pro! Yo, Mega!
The Omega Yo-Yo with the Brain, Raider, and Fireball, each sold separately at selected toy stores.
Yo, yo!
Yo.
Dude, what was it about the 90s that for a very, very short time had us thinking that yo-yos were like the coolest thing?
I don't know. I don't know why that trend started, but I mean, it took the world by storm, man.
Dude, everybody
Remember the
had
big
yo-yos.
competitions on TV?
Yes, with tricks and everything.
Yeah.
Dude, I remember buying it was an acrylic yo-yo that had a real desert scorpion like inside the plastic.
Yeah, they got expensive, man. Yo-yos got expensive. My go-to move was spinning it and just letting it.
The sleeper.
Yeah. That's it. That was probably the only move I had, man.
I had that and I could walk the dog.
Oh, you can walk the dog too.
Which is basically just doing the sleeper and then like
letting it
getting
glide
just,
on the floor.
Yep. That was it.
Yeah.
I couldn't do anything else. I
Yeah.
couldn't do the cradle. I couldn't do around the moon.
No,
But-
nothing crazy in the commercial. I mean, it was cool, but it's like it is a 90s commercial, man.
It was like a hype man for yo-yos.
Yeah.
You didn't see much yo-yoing.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of yo-yo, but no actual
Yo-yoing
yo-yoing of the yo-yos.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's somehow it got us to buy yo-yos though.
Yeah.
I don't know
It
how on
it was
earth.
like it's similar to the fidget spinner craze.
Yeah, it was just something to do.
Yep.
It was something to do. Okay, we got one more commercial. Nickelodeon Gak.
Yes.
What is Gak?
Jack is great stuff. Oozy. Jack is sexy.
You can pull it. Make Gak sounds.
How rude.
Suck it up and squirt it out with a Gak vac. Pump it up and blow it up with a Gak inflator.
Well, I never.
Nickelodeon Gak comes in different colors, sizes, and playsets, each sold separately. Coming soon from Mattel.
Disgusting.
Gak was a silly toy.
Yeah.
It was essentially just slime. And
Yeah,
like,
it was.
I feel like I remember Flarp more than Gak.
Okay.
But I mean the branding, the commercial was pretty good. Like what we talked about with like the whole being disgusting thing. Like this really essentially
Yeah.
just it instead of using it as an accentuating feature, that just was the feature.
Correct.
Which I feel like, they say like too much of a good thing is a bad thing.
That's what Gak is.
Yeah. And then they tried to double down on it and they also had Smud,
Yeah.
which is like the Play-Doh equivalent.
Yeah.
Which
It worked.
it's iconic though.
Yeah.
It's iconic. If you're a
Gak is.
Nickelodeon collector, Gak is iconic.
Yeah, just look at the colors though, man. Just straight out of a 90s.
So out of all the commercials we watched, which one was your favorite?
I would have to say Mighty Max. I think they did the best job. Obviously, the Turtles, I love Turtles, but the best commercial by far, I think, is the Mighty Max. I mean, from start to beginning, and the transition from the cartoon to the kid holding the skull is pretty cool. So, yeah, Mighty Max for me.
I would agree. Like the Mighty Max commercial was the best.
Yeah.
And for the exact same reasons that you said it. I think second best for me would be the Gator Golf. Out of all these toys, though, which one would you want to play with the most right now?
It would be the Turtles.
Yeah.
I think I mean, with the vehicles, you had a little bit more options, like Mighty Max is cool, but it's a pocket toy, right? Where the Turtles, you can take it outside, build forts, like do different things with it. So I mean the Turtles, but man, Gator Golf was kind of cool actually.
Dude, I could just go for the Vortex Whistler. I just grab the Vortex Whistler.
Dude,
after
you
work,
are going to be hunting for one in Chicago, huh?
just throwing out in the parking lot, having some fun. Like,
Imagine
that's it.
Scrooge and the boys
Just-
running after the.
I was playing tackle football.
Oh man, well he was a semi-pro man, so we got to be careful.
Yeah, I'm not getting into it with him.
No, definitely not.
I'll be the water boy. But that was our commercial review.
Yes.
Let us know what your favorite commercial was and what your favorite toy was from these commercials, and if they're the same and why in the comments below.
Yes.
But what do you say we get into our 90s trivia?
Let's do it, man.